you guys, I'm Taryn Boyd and I'm a middle school Spanish teacher, and I follow a natural approach to the year with my 7th graders. And not knowing what school is going to look like next year is a little bit scary, but I've just been thinking through some things of how I can plan for next year in case we're still doing e-learning. And I wanted to share some ideas I had for Card Talk, which is one of the foundational activities in a natural approach to the year. All credit for Card Talk goes to Tina Hargaden and Ben Slavic from their amazing book, A Natural Approach to the Year. If you're unfamiliar with it, I will put it in the link below. If you're unfamiliar with Card Talk, I have a video about it and I'll link that below. I use Card Talk at the beginning of the year because it's an amazing way for students to get to know each other, and you can do it in about 90% of the target language. So in this video, I'll offer some of my ideas of tweaking Card Talk to work with synchronous and asynchronous distance learning. So first up is Card Talk with asynchronous learning. Students could first begin by making a name tag on a program such as Notability, Word, or Docs. Students still write their name and draw 2 things that they love, or they could paste an internet picture. Then they could turn it into your preferred learning management system, such as Google Classroom or Schoology. So after the due date, I would pick 2 or 3 of the cards and make a video talking about them. I don't use a camera, I use screen recording. Hay una chica en la clase. Se llama... Se llama Liz. Hay una chica que se llama Liz. A Liz le gusta el helado. Then I would post the video on YouTube or on Edpuzzle. Here's an example. You can put multiple choice questions with your video. So this would be a really easy and fast way to check for comprehension, such as what does se llama mean? This would be really great for the first lessons. Then students could complete follow-up assignments such as making a mini dictionary of new words that they learned or doing a quick true-false quiz. I'll discuss more extension activities at the end of this video. Now let's discuss Card Talk for synchronous learning. The process could start out the same with students making their name tag and turning it into your preferred learning system. Then during your Zoom class, you could show 2 or 3 of the name tags. I would pre-select them beforehand and start talking about them. Start circling through the vocabulary and the names, much like you would if you were doing Card Talk in person. If your technology allows it, I think it would be great to be able to write translations as you go while the students are watching on your shared screen. Or perhaps if you're going slow enough, you could put translations in the chat bubble and the students could just check there if they aren't understanding something. But generally when you're circling, you're asking the students to give you choral responses as a class, such as yes or no, either or, and then more open-ended questions. And you could still do that and just ask your students to be unmuted and to give choral responses as you circle through the information. Or if you prefer to have your students muted, you can just circle without asking questions. The upside to this is that you're providing a lot of input without interruption. But the drawback is that you're not knowing how much they're understanding at that time. So after the input, you could do a write and discuss. Just ask students to take out a notebook or a piece of paper and to copy what you write. So on your screen, you would just be writing some of the new sentences basically that you talked about, and students just write that down themselves and you talk through everything, how to say everything. You can do grammar pop-ups, spelling pop-ups. It's a really great way for students to see what they're learning. After the write and discuss, you could do some extension activities. Here are 3 of my ideas. The first one is illustrate the write and discuss. Have students draw a representation of each sentence. The second one is fill in the blank. The next class, have the write and discuss projected, but have a few of the words missing and challenge students to figure out what the missing words are. The third extension can be done with breakout rooms. You would put students into groups of 2 and they would do a volleyball translation is what we call it, I suppose. So the first student reads a sentence in Spanish from the Write and Discuss, and then their partner translates to English. Then that person reads the next sentence in Spanish, and then the first person reads that in English. So they kind of go back and forth, reading and translating in Spanish and English, and they can help each other negotiate what the Write and Discuss is saying. For those of you who follow a natural approach to the year, are you planning on trying to do card talk if we teach remotely next year? What are your ideas? I really hope this video can be of use to you right now or in the future. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more teaching videos.